Then there was another rumor that she was not only pregnant, but potentially pregnant by a young baller, basketball player.
A young baller.
That was the quote that was in the news. It said a young baller. I'm assuming they meant basketball player.
Everyone has heard about Vanessa Bryant's purported pregnancy, and social media is ablaze with responses. We weren't prepared for Vanessa to be called out by Shaq, the late Kobe sports brother and lifelong family friend. Shaq's remarks implied not only Vanessa, but also the new baller she has reportedly been seeing. Let's get started. Vanessa is being criticized once more. Startled Vanessa Instagram live caused the internet to split in two. Because Shaquille O'Neal, the NBA legend, the cultural titan, and the man who once vowed to raise Kobe Bryant's daughters like his own, chose to go live on Instagram just to confront Vanessa Bryant about her alleged pregnancy in a moment that no one could have predicted. Not even Hollywood's top writers. Yes, you heard correctly. A public altercation in front of thousands of people, with millions later viewing the footage and learning about the subject, her womb. The initial rumors began innocuously enough, hardly perceptible amidst the deluge of daily celebrity rumors. A few Reddit whisper threads, fan pages, and sporadic Instagram comments. Was Vanessa Bryant expecting a child? Before one picture started making the rounds on blogs, nobody took it seriously. At a private Malibu lunch, Vanessa was laughing with guests while sporting a flowing summer dress. Her hand was casually stroking what seemed to be a little curve in her abdomen, which wasn't visible in earlier photos. The murmurs abruptly became roars. Then the shocking headline began to appear. Following her public appearance, Vanessa Bryant ignites pregnancy rumors. She is reportedly hanging out with a young NBA player. In his grave, Kobe would be turning. The remarks are harsh and unrelenting. She was referred to as impolite by some. Others were calling her derogatory names, as though her chronology, her body, her pain, and her healing had anything to do with public opinion. The supporters weren't the worst, though. People who knew her were involved. Shaq is liked by people. Now, you must comprehend the basics before we begin the Instagram live that will blow the internet apart. And Shaq and Vanessa discussed during the funeral for Kobe Bryant. Shaq raised his head and uttered these words.
I'll be sure to teach Natalia, Bianca, and Baby Capri all your moves, and I promise I will not teach them my free throw technique.
He wasn't merely making jokes about Kobe. He assured everyone that he would take care of his family. Fans therefore thought Shaq would intervene, stand up for Vanessa, and act as her shield when she was subjected to disgusting rumors from the most ominous parts of the internet. He went live instead. Fans started asking Shaq about the circulating allegations that Vanessa Bryant was pregnant by a younger NBA player as soon as that red live badge appeared on his Instagram. Shaq didn't sidestep the inquiries. He spoke directly to them, stating that he would be quite upset if the rumors were accurate. He believed that Kobe's legacy extended beyond basketball. It had to do with the principles he upheld, the legacy he left behind, and the reverence for his memory. Shaq believed that Kobe's widow's love involvement with a much younger player, much alone the fact that she was purportedly carrying his child, made damage that legacy in the eyes of the public. He presented it as more than just rumors. It was an issue of devotion to a man he thought about, in his opinion. However, insiders claimed that Vanessa didn't think so. She was reportedly outraged in private that Shaq had even allowed the rumors to flourish, much less on such a large platform. According to some close to her, she felt his remarks were needless and judgmental, particularly in light of the years-long personal struggle she has waged to preserve Kobe's reputation. She expressed her annoyance in private, criticizing each man who attempted to oversee her recovery while ignoring her suffering. When she sat through court proceedings about accident scene images that sheriffs had leaked, where were they? When Nike launched Gigi's shoes without getting her permission, where were they? When the world changed and Shaq was left to continue Kobe's legacy by herself, where was she? The problem is that she is correct. The Bryant name has been a burden for Vanessa. She has sued sheriffs for releasing pictures from collision scenes. She has given speeches at memorial services. She has sustained Kobe's foundation. She has battled for justice. But when she shares a happy picture of herself in the sun, everyone thinks, too soon. Shaq expressed regret. The internet didn't care that he claimed he didn't mean to come off that way. The video became viral. YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Shaq hashes vision. When Vanessa became popular, the internet abruptly took sides. Vanessa was partially commended for getting up. She was partially criticized for being overly sentimental. However, nobody was posing the actual query. While all other NBA players are able to go on with their lives, why is Vanessa Bryant being held captive by Kobe's memory? This had nothing to do with pregnancy. This had to do with authority, patriarchy. The unsettling reality is that people want widows to be quiet, depressed, and celibate. And the world comes at them the instant they are spotted grinning, or, worse, dating once more. However, this is the straightforward reality. Nobody owes Vanessa Bryant her sorrow. She doesn't belong to Kobe, regardless of whether she dates again or never, whether she's pregnant or merely swollen, whether she laughs in the sun or sobs at night. She is her own property. The smear campaign structure. Let's discuss it then. Let's chat about the internet-shattering rumor. The one that caused a social media frenzy, led to Shaq's public outcry, and thrust Vanessa Bryant back into the spotlight. Something she never requested. Because even though the video of Vanessa's altercation with Shaq went viral, it was only the tip of the iceberg. At least not yet. The world was unaware that this was more than just a speculative rumor. An innocent tabloid headline wasn't the beginning of it. It wasn't even inspired by a fan's hazy Malibu iPhone selection. This was ruthless, deliberate, strategic, and, worst of all, originating from within the home. In a sports blog article that was 3 paragraphs long, it began with a single statement. According to sources, Vanessa Bryant has been discreetly seeing a young NBA player for several months. That single sentence, devoid of names, dates, or receipts, was sufficient to start an online fire. And practically immediately, Vanessa's name was once again in the news for all the wrong reasons. The commenting channels on YouTube seized the opportunity. Conspiracy theories on Twitter went viral. Even the major media began to skirt the issue. Subsequently, 3 events transpired that transformed conjecture into alleged proof. Vanessa's response was a meme rather than a press statement or in-person interview. With the caption, "Me protecting my peace, not pregnant, having fun all summer," she shared a photo of Rihanna lying by the pool and giving the finger.
She posted a meme of Rihanna lounging poolside and flipping a bird with the caption that said, "Me protecting my peace, not pregnant, and having fun all summer."